Hello people from YouTube, Zadarkus here with our first episode of Bronze to Diamond. In the series I will teach you everything I know step by step to help you climb that ladder and get better at the game. But the first episode is about setting up the game for you. Before we start talking about mechanics and strategies, we need to first create comfort and adjust the game to your needs. League of Legends provides many tools and most of the game can be customized for your needs, even though you may not see it now, but adjusting the game to your gameplay will increase your overall performance, and even outside of your own liking, some of these adjustments do give you an advantage that no one can even argue with. So, what can we do to make the game feel, respond and look better for you and help you get better results? The first thing you would want to do is to change the HUD size. By default, League of Legends HUD is pretty big and uses a lot of free space that you could use to see more. My tip would be to leave the minimap at least at 75% or above. I have mine at 100%. This helps your eyes to catch enemies quick roaming by a world as the icon is larger. The smaller the image is, the harder it is for your eyes to recognize and notice fast changes on the minimap, as for most part you will be mainly paying attention to the actual game screen. The rest of the HUD and the shot should be reduced as much as you can without making it uncomfortable to be played with. This is really huge when you have your enemies down your screen, as for example playing in the mid lane for the purple team. If you have the HUD eating up space for you, the enemy mid laner may use skill shots that you won't see at the start, and by that it will be harder to dodge it. As for the other hand, the mid laner in the blue side has the top of the screen free, providing him total vision of your side of the lane. These small differences change a lot in the games, and as you get used to the different HUD sizes you will notice the difference yourself. Your eyes and your brain will constantly be processing information. By making the HUD smaller, you give them more space to process information from the actual game. The second thing would be the key bindings. I cannot stress out how important it is to create your own key bindings depending on how you feel comfortable playing. I've seen plenty of players using summoner spells binded to their mouse macro keys to react faster and not having to take out the fingers of the skill keys. Using some time to create your own key bindings is very important in a long-term run, even if it is a bit uncomfortable at the start as you have been playing with the default keys. But having your own key bindings will increase your reaction times and your overall performance. The next one would be to start using some of the, let's call them, hidden key bindings that the game provides. I'm talking about the attack move, select champion only, cast on self, cast on ally, stop attack and many others. These are in the key binding list and normally are already bound to something, but not really the best possible keys. I, for example, use target champion only on my middle mouse button to make sure I don't use a skill on a creep when the enemy champion is in the middle of his creeps, and attack move on shift since my little finger is almost never used and its standard position is over the shift key, so I can use a good tool without leaving my comfort zone or handicapping myself. The number 4 would be to learn to use SmartCast and when not to use it. SmartCast is a great tool when you learn to use it. It takes practice and you need to learn the skill that you are using in SmartCast, but thanks to it you will be able to combo your skills faster and react faster as well. For example, if you are playing Lee Sin, you will want to Q to your enemy, ward jump behind him and use your ultimate to kick him. If you don't use SmartCast, you would press Q, aim and click the skill, press Q to travel to him, press the ward, click to place the ward, press W, click on the ward to shield to it, press your ultimate and click on the champion. In total it would take 9 actions to do this, extra the time of actually aiming and all that crap. With SmartCast you will only press Q, press the ward, press W to the ward and your ultimate to the champion. Half of the actions that you had in normal cast, and of course a lot faster. It does need practice to do this and you will need to get to know the range and the cast speeds. But for example, if you play Ziggs and you want to use all your skills at the same time because let's say you got ganked, with normal cast you will need to press every single skill and left click every single skill plus the aiming. With SmartCast you could use all the skills in less than 2 seconds. And I know that from self-experience, as Ziggs is one of my most played champions this season. Such things will make a lot of a difference as you play the game, and using this in your advantage is key. Yet, not always play with smart cast. Some champions are safer to use some skills on normal cast for best accuracy. In my case, I never smart cast Rumble Ultimate, Karthus and Anivia Walls. You may find different champions, but adjusting to each champion kit is important. And believe me that you need to use smart cast as you move up in the ladder for faster reaction times. Okay, let's not discuss that, for example, Frogan does not use smartcast, but he is one in how many thousands, right? So use what the game provides you and take every advantage that you can. Next, you need to get used to level up your skills with your keyboard. It's really easy and may save your life from a failed death. If you level up during a fight or in the middle of the lane, going with your mouse to level up will put you in danger, as that if something happens to you, you need to travel with your cursor to the place you need to be aiming at, and by that your reaction time will be a lot longer. Not just that, but using your mouse to click the skill to level you up, you're not using it to keep moving around, aim at the minions or be ready to get a free auto attack on the enemy. Using by default control and the skill that you want to level up is a great way to level them up without losing control of your character. Most Korean players with a great level of gameplay have their mouse cursors always really near of their characters. Thanks to that, they are able to react faster and change the character's moving route faster. As for instead having to travel from the far left side of the screen to the right side to change direction, and even if you can do it fast, because you are doing it fast you won't be as precise. Having the cursor near your character and ready to respond is important as you get into harder games, where all the small mechanic differences change the output of the game. The next one is to use the custom shop. This one is not used by many players since it is a bit of a pain to set up, but having your custom items set up for each champion will make your shop times go down by a huge amount, and every second counts. How many times have you taken too long to buy something at the start of the game, and when you move to a bush you get killed by an early arriving enemy? Or how many times could you actually defend the tower or the inhibitor if you have reached there 5 seconds earlier, but you were browsing the shop to get the components of the item you wanted? In League of Legends, all the small differences, all the time management makes a huge difference. Learn to optimize your time and get better results. Number 7. Tweaking visual information is a great way to help your brain process the game better and easier. I'm not colorblind, but I use colorblind mode every time I play, as it is easier to see the difference between red and blue, and also a little bit more compelling for the eyes, as for blue and purple. Also, small things like hiding the summoner names can help you. The less crap you have on the screen, the better. And let's be honest, you don't need to know the people's name as you are playing the game. But about that we will talk later. Endpoint. Everything you can do to help your brain process the game is a good thing you can do. So do it, and the less crap you have on the screen, the better. As for the last tip for this episode, I would strongly recommend you to get used to press tab as you play. Keep an eye on the enemies and your teammates' performance, see who most likely will need help, see the death times, how long each champion summoner spell cooldown is, what item each player has, and maybe follow up with fast swapping between F2, F3, F4 and F5 keys to move the camera to your champion's allies, and pressing spacebar or F1 to return to the camera to your champion. It is faster than moving the camera manually to the place or clicking on the minimap. All the information that you can get on the enemies and your allies is important, and getting used to fastly swap the camera and just see the scoreboard to see how the game is going is really important. Even more if you are playing a jungler or if you intend to roam to help your allies. This will be it for this setting up your game. This is the first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will follow up with a, let's say, a stair of tips where I will gradually increase the difficulty of the tips and guides I will make you and help you improve on the game. I thank you for watching. I hope it helped you, and remember to give it a like if you liked it. Leave a comment for me, I will love it, and subscribe to the channel if you are not for more updates. My name has been Zadarkus. This video was made for you. Be awesome, stay awesome, and see you in the next one.